Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to talk today about how the ANC-led government just needs to get over it. They need to grow a thick skin, and there is nothing offensive that Peter Dutton is doing, trying to give white South African farmers fast-track visa status, or fast-track visas so they can immigrate to Australia if that's what they desire. So let me explain this, okay? The ANC-led government needs to know some facts, okay? And I've said this before, but they obviously don't know. Or they're trying to cover statistics up. But it's more dangerous to be a white South African farmer than it is to be a soldier in Iraq, okay? White South African farmers are murdered at 4.5 times higher, at a higher rate than any other South African, than the average South African, I should say. It's also more dangerous to be a white South African farmer than it is to be a policeman in South Africa, and South Africa has one of the highest crime rates in the world, okay? They need to focus on those statistics and not worry about if Peter Dutton's offending them, because there's nothing racist about what he's saying. He's just being factual, okay? This is just idiotic and stupid, demanding an apology from Peter Dutton, because he has done nothing wrong. He's trying to help people. Unlike the ANC, who's trying to cover up these murders. Let me explain how they're trying to cover them up. If a white South African murders a black South African, which does happen and has happened, it's classified as a racial hate crime. But when a black South African murders a white South African, and this particularly applies to white South African farmers, it's not classified as a racial hate crime, a hate crime. And it should be, because when white farmers are murdered, a lot of times they have their testicles ripped off before they're killed. They have boiling water poured all over them. Sometimes this has happened before. Sometimes a 3-year-old or 4-year-old girl in the farming family is crucified and raped several times before she's killed. That torture is race motivated. Quick killings of white farmers, a quick shot to the head or a quick stab to the heart, probably not. But those are the minority of murders on white farmers. I'd probably say 90-95% of murders of white farmers are not a quick shot to the head or a quick stab to the heart. And yes, black farmers are being murdered too, but they're not being tortured. It's not nearly the same level of torture that white farmers get. Also, not just farmers, but average white people. Yes, black on black murders are the most common murders in South Africa. The majority of murder victims, the vast majority, are black people. Okay? That's proven. However, when blacks are murdered, they are not subjected usually to the same torture that whites are when black South Africans are killing white South Africans. They're not the majority of the murders in South Africa by far, but they are the most gruesome murders. Okay? So the ANC government just needs to get over themselves, and they need to quit whining. Anyways, hope everybody's doing well. Take care. God bless them. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.